Kicker L7Q series, their latest and greatest, full of burnt goodness. I still got to get in there with, I use a paper towel, popsicle stick, and some acetone to get all that vapor out. That's basically the enamel that got set on fire. In this case, I'm using the Alpine D2, Alpine Type R D2 coil. This one's 2 5/8, and it's nice and heavy. I use a 2-card shim for this one, and so Kicker. So there's no standardization on bolt hole circle for frames. There are popular and common choices, and the common choice is the 5-inch pattern, which is 127 millimeter. Kicker, for some reason, decided to go with 140 millimeter, which I have no reference for because I have no frames that use that bolt hole circle. So I had to drop this off at the machine shop, and they added the bolt hole circle to it. So yeah, 140 millimeter on that one. I like this. This frame is the claw frame. You've seen it used by PSI, originally by DD Digital Designs, and then later for a couple years by Diamond Audio for their VMAX series, which is where I got this one, because they were, I used to go pick up their dead ones when they were a local company. But they got bought and sold to an investor over in Cali, and now they do something different. But so anyways, I epoxied the bottom, and then this will get shimmed on there. I do use a clamp ring that I also got from Concept. I actually put a relief line in it because it's slightly larger than what it needs to be. But the thing that sucks about these frames is that there's no real way to clamp it, so you have to use what I call a gravity clamp, which is where I put something heavy on the ring to kind of make this joint as thin as possible. CA has a really good shear strength, but it works really well in a very thin film rather than a thicker film. And so you want that as thin as possible. Again, it's just prevention. It's not, some people just bathe it and they're fine with it. And that's what DD has done and does. Several other companies, DC Audio, Phi, and those guys. I just don't like to do it because I can do it with a gravity clamp, so I do. And then, what was it? Yeah, the guy wanted it dual 4, but the dual 4 coil was skinnier. And this gap is pretty floppy. I haven't examined the old coil. I think, oh, that's right, I already sold it. Some guy bought it. He bought it just for the cone assembly. But the gap is a little bit larger. I think it actually goes with an 8-layer, but I haven't seen the specs on the website to confirm that. I think that was it. Yeah, you guys remember that one. So, and this is just dual 1-inch slugs, probably right around a 7.5 inch diameter, and then of course the coil is 2 5/8. So that was it for that. Just basically as a follow-up for the guy that brought in the dead Kicker L7Q series, which it's not their top of the line. They're actually coming out with Solo X, I think, here in the fall. But Solo X only uses a 3-inch coil, so it's like, and the motor's nothing like the old ones. So again, Kicker is selling out its own legacy to again sell you something that's overpriced and not as great as you think it is. So anyways, I love you guys. Have a great weekend.